to the racing island. Come on, my people. Let's talk about Christian Horner. This is the bosses at Red Bull GmbH. A couple of weeks now, this has been floating around the internet about Christian Horner and what he gets up to in his downtime, and that he is now on the verge of being sacked. Looks like Christian Horner is indeed fighting, not only to keep his reputation intact, but also his job. Now under investigation by his own bosses at Red Bull GmbH. So an investigation was launched after allegations of inappropriate behavior of a controlling nature. Christian Horner was ordered to meet up with some baristas appointed by Red Bull. Allegations were made by a female employee already given her side of the account. However, there are also rumors of inappropriate text messages. Red Bull team principal has now been questioned twice since the breaking news. Into Horner, he is and will be staying on in his role as team principal of Red Bull because he has not done anything wrong. Horner is found guilty. He will be fired as Red Bull CEO, but would remain as the racing team's principal. I see it. The Red Bull team is weird. The Bull team is just weird. The whole thing is weird. Can't have it both ways. Can you be guilty enough to be sacked as the CEO, but not guilty enough to be sacked as the racing team principal? Just total madness by Red Bull GmbH. You saying that there are no women working in the Red Bull racing team? Women that are in the team right now, they have nothing to worry about if Christian Horner remains in his job. That's what you're saying. If the allegations are true, who is to say this won't potentially happen to another female in the future? That would be a dumb move by Christian Horner, and that would be a dumb move by Red Bull GmbH. Christian Horner did that. He is potentially risking millions of pounds and risking his marriage as well. This is why when you are afforded so much privilege in the F1 paddock, you have so much money, you think that you can do anything and get away with anything. Christian Horner, let me talk to you. Come closer, but don't come too close because I don't really trust you. Let me tell you this. One of the biggest liars and the biggest hypocrites in F1 who appear on the internet talking about how Lewis don't deserve £50 million a year. As soon as you and your driver was awarded one little title, you pay your driver the same and the equivalent to Lewis, who was a 6-time world champion at the time. One title, just one title, and you pay 50 million. Hypocrite. All over Sky Sports, getting Valtteri Bottas talking about him being an obedient horse. Other hand, 10 times worse to Sergio Perez. Hypocrite, all of female relatives, and nobody wants their loved ones to be subjected to harassment at work. This was not such a serious case according to the allegations. Laughing if it was just a Red Bull civil war. Not much honor in the team. Some questionable people working at Red Bull to sack a number of employees in the past couple of years due to some bigoted message being passed around by members of the team. It could be happening over there at Red Bull or in Milton Keynes. Red Bull, along with the current owners of Formula One, Liberty Media, are now seeking to limit the reputational damage its partners and CEOs. Might be a very serious case because even Bernie Ecclestone have crawled somewhere out of his grave and told Christian Horner it is best for you to resign. Bull GmbH tries to get rid of Horner without probable cause, then Horner would reserve the right to sue Red Bull for substantial damages to his reputation. People are saying there's a civil war brewing between Helmut Marko and Christian Horner because of comments Horner made in 2023 on Sky Sports. 2023, news hit the entire world of Helmut Marko's disdain for people of a different ethnic background. Criticized Sergio Perez's ability to drive an F1 car due to his struggles at the time. Overcome or get on par with the lead Red Bull driver of the team. Marko then attributed Perez's struggle to his ethnic background. So when Sky Sports asked Christian Horner about the Helmut Marko situation, Horner could not deny it. Horner couldn't deny it, but said there is no place for people like those in the team. It's that day, Helmut has had his eye on Christian, who alleged that Helmut Marko is on a warpath and he wants Horner out of RBR. Even the father of the driver, Jos Verstappen, is now upset with Christian Horner because Christian Horner didn't allow Max Verstappen to pass Sergio Perez for the lead of the race. If Jos is upset with Christian over a single race win, speaks volume about his character. There are stories going around that the Verstappen and Marko have teamed up against Christian Horner like the Avengers. There is what seems like a mutiny going on in the Red Bull team. Verstappen's loyalty lie with Helmut Marko. That was proven in 2023 when the Verstappen sided with Marko instead of Horner. Think about how much race win Max Verstappen has and how much Perez has. Would Max Verstappen be upset with Sergio Perez for having a race win when Max Verstappen has so many race wins under his belt? Horner has to be fighting about 5 different fires at one time. But Marko's goal in all of this is to become Red Bull's team principal. Verstappen's would surely love that because no one in the team could challenge them. And they would only take a number 2 driver that is obedient to them and would let Max win every race and pull over at every instance for him. Maka is a great driver and so is Verstappen. What they're trying to do is manipulating race wins and championships. Those titles are not earned on their full merit of the drivers. Those are orchestrated championships. Honest opinion, you're just a bunch of rich divs that don't like to take no for an answer. Horner, if this is indeed true, it is straight. Only risking your marriage, your future, and your financial well-being. For your sake and the sake of the sport, that none of this is true. I will be keeping an eye on this story as it develops. Thank you for watching. This has been The Racing Island.